It is important to be careful because it turns out that if you have foam in your urine, this can be a very clear sign that your kidneys are suffering. Many of the symptoms that we often consider to be just a normal part of our daily lives, such as, for example, a persistent backache, foamy urine when you go to the bathroom, or even perhaps a slight fever, could be a clear indication that your kidneys are in need of your help. These organs are so delicate that when they begin to fail, we must be completely aware of the situation in order to prevent permanent kidney damage, and you won't be able to recover your health. So in today's video, I will reveal the most important signs and symptoms that indicate early kidney damage so you can prevent any kidney problems and recover your health naturally and effectively. A warm greeting to all. I'm Agustin Landivar, naturopath, acupuncturist, conventional doctor, and founder of drlandivar.com. On this channel as a conventional doctor, I treat my patients using natural medicine, homeopathy, and acupuncture before resorting to pharmaceutical drugs. Therefore, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell below to receive updates and be the first to watch the new video. If you need an online consultation or quality supplements for your health condition, visit drlandivar.com and make sure to stay until the end of the video, where I will give you tips and videos related to this topic. Although you may not believe it, there are things that we can let go unnoticed, which are actually serious situations indicating that there is kidney damage. Our kidneys are delicate organs that, once damaged or impaired, make it very difficult to recover their health, especially if we are not completely paying attention to any symptoms that might indicate it. In this case, for example, urinating with foam in the toilet daily and consistently, having a lower back pain that perhaps doesn't go away and that can even be accompanied by a fever, or perhaps a change in urine color, could indicate kidney damage. Once the kidneys have been permanently damaged, it is very difficult to recover them. And that's why it's important to keep in mind that knowing the early symptoms could save your life and your kidneys in ways you can't imagine. So in today's video, we're going to discuss the most important and earliest signs and symptoms of kidney damage so you can reverse this health problem and keep your kidneys healthy and sound. Before we continue, don't forget that on drlandivar.com there are supplements available for a good kidney cleanse. For example, like Fineland's Urisense, D-Berry, or supplements that can even help with the liver, Crystal Sense with Bones Bone Ultra, and with countless health conditions you might want to address. So having said that, don't forget to like the video, and with that, let's continue. Number 1, pain when urinating. Believe it or not, it's quite common to feel some kind of pain if we suffer from a recurrent infection. Pain when urinating might indicate irritation in the urethra, but it could also be a sign of a kidney infection that has been, shall we say, recurring, and that you perhaps still haven't realized needs to be addressed before it becomes a worse case. Painful urination can be a symptom, for example, of a bacterial infection, a fungal infection like candida, perhaps even parasites, and issues such as herpes and other viruses that can infect an individual and ultimately cause damage to the kidneys. I suggest that if you have any pain when urinating, get it checked, have an examination, verify it's not permanent, and above all, not damaging your kidneys, and that it's only a pain in the final part of the syndrome, or rather, of the urinary system. If you need a quality supplement to improve kidney health and to help expel and eliminate urinary infections more easily, look for D-Berry and Urisense by Fineland at drlandivar.com. Number 2, foam in urine. Foam in urine is something we have all seen, especially if we are men. Women generally tend to have much less foam in their urine because, in the case of men, any residue of that fluid that might come out during an intimate sexual encounter ends up clearly and obviously marking that specific trip to the bathroom to urinate because it becomes completely filled with protein. Absolutely everything that contains protein, if you pay very close attention to it, can form a lot of foam when we hit the water, and we cause it to form many bubbles. The same thing happens to women when they're eliminating any type of protein from their kidneys, and this becomes something serious. the kidneys generally have to filter proteins so that all those ingredients remain in your blood. They shouldn't leave the body, shouldn't abandon it, because the body and blood need them to allow the blood to flow throughout the organism. If you unfortunately find yourself urinating and you start to notice that bubbles and foam are forming inside the toilet bowl on a daily basis, and especially if it is happening in a permanent way every single day and in a manner that is constantly increasing as more and more time goes by, then you really need to make sure that you are being extremely careful. It's possible your kidneys might be failing you, that your kidneys are in urgent need of your assistance, so you don't find yourself crying later because you weren't aware of the warning sign when you still had the chance to reverse it. I want to reiterate that foamy urine can be quite normal, provided it occurs only from time to time, due to that fluid, perhaps semen, that a man might expel during sexual activity or intimacy, or perhaps even some other kind of natural bodily fluid that needs to be eliminated on a daily basis. If you need a quality supplement to help your kidneys repair from any type of damage that might be affecting them, look for Fineland's Urisense at drlandivar.com. Number 3, foul-smelling urine. If you urinate and there's a bad odor you don't recognize, it's possible that many things are happening. Perhaps there's a urinary tract infection or a kidney infection, or perhaps even some kind of bacterial, fungal, or parasitic presence that is affecting them. But above all, and most importantly, you must be careful to verify that this foul odor isn't originating from your kidneys. In that case, if you see that this frequently recurs and you cannot resolve it, you need to change the treatment method. Make every effort to take something natural, something that can cleanse, repair, and eliminate any infection that you might be carrying in your kidneys, above all else, because if that becomes frequent, it will probably be difficult to reverse later on. If you need a high-quality supplement that can help eliminate any infection, bad odor, and naturally improve your overall health, then drink oregano tea. Also, take the D-berry definer and other supplements, like for instance the Appleizer, which can help activate your body and defend itself against any infection. Number 4, you might experience swollen legs or a sensation of general swelling throughout your entire body. If the kidneys cannot urinate, they will obviously retain fluid. That fluid will have to go somewhere in the body, perhaps the feet, the hands, the eyelids, or even places you'd least expect, filling spaces the body doesn't use as storage, but where in this case, fluid that is accumulating does get stored. If that's the situation, you really need to have your kidneys checked. You don't want your kidneys to be failing, causing your blood pressure to rise, and then you can't control a blood pressure or blood issue, when in reality, it's a kidney problem. I always recommend to my patients that every now and then they try to perform a kidney cleanse, drinking parsley juice, celery juice, perhaps even taking a supplement like Uriescence, something that contains herbs, minerals, and supplements that are beneficial for the kidneys, so that they can recover, function, filter, and eliminate all the accumulated fluid that they normally should. Number 5, polyuria. Polyuria is basically a medical term that means you are urinating more frequently than normal. There are people who normally urinate 3, 4, or 5 times a day, and others 10, 15, or 20 times a day, which obviously isn't normal. Above all, this becomes more frequent at night, when a person should only need to get up once to use the restroom. They end up going 3, 4, 5, or even 7 times, depending on the individual. If that happens, it is very possible that your kidneys are not responding correctly, that they are not retaining the fluid, that they are urinating too much, or that there is a blood pressure problem. If that is the case, I recommend that you reduce the inflammation, eliminate the accumulation of fluid that you may have during the day, take something for the thyroid so that it can be activated and so that your kidney can recover its health. If you need a quality supplement for that purpose, look for Curcuhealth, Metathyroid, and D-berry definer at drlandivar.com. And don't forget to like this video, sharing it with your friends so they can be informed about the topic. If you have any doubts or questions, leave your comment down below and I will gladly answer it. If you need quality supplements for your illness or an online consultation, visit drlandivar.com. And right here in the videos, everything that appears will provide valuable information that you can go to, prevent a serious problem in the future. Thank you for attending, and we'll see you soon.